You think space is silent? That's what they want you to believe. But the truth is much stranger. Picture this. The year is 1969. Humanity is on the brink of greatness. The Apollo 10 mission is about to make history by becoming the first spacecraft to orbit the far side of the moon, something so terrifying that it will change their lives forever. On board are three brave astronauts, Eugene Cernan, Thomas Stafford, and John Young. They're humanity's best and brightest, ready to take on the ultimate frontier. Finally, they decide to investigate. They check their equipment, but everything seems to be working normally. There's no obvious source for the noise. It's as if it's coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. But as they journey into the great unknown, they'll discover something that no human being should ever hear. But in 2010, NASA finally declassified the recordings and released them to the public. The world was shocked. Others say it was a real noise in space, a sound that shouldn't exist in the vacuum of space. But one thing's for sure, it's a mystery that will never be solved. With that said, though, I've got another video that I think you'll really enjoy right up here. Let's go ahead and click on that link, and I'll see you over there. Hey, could it be possible that there was a noise in space? A noise that humans weren't supposed to hear? And could there be more secrets hidden out there, waiting for someone brave enough to listen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As Apollo 10 approaches the lunar surface, the astronauts begin to notice strange whistling sounds coming through their radios. At first, it's faint and distant, but soon it becomes a loud, eerie whistle that seems to be coming from all around them. The astronauts are stunned. They're orbiting a dead, silent planet. There shouldn't be any sound at all, let alone an eerie whistling noise that seems to be coming from outer space itself. But ultimately, they decided that they had to tell NASA what was going on. What if it happened again? What if it was happening to other spacecraft? That was the strangest sound I've ever heard, says Cernan later. It was very clear and distinct, and I can't explain it. The astronauts try to ignore the noise, but it only gets louder and more insistent. It's like something is trying to get their attention. They were so disturbed by what they were hearing that they actually debated whether or not to report it. Upon hearing the astronauts' report, NASA was stunned. They couldn't believe that there was a noise in space, a noise that defied all known laws of physics. To make matters worse, the recordings of the eerie whistling noise had been accidentally erased. NASA was left with no evidence of the strange phenomenon. For over 40 years, the astronauts of Apollo 10 were ridiculed for hearing a noise that didn't exist. Experts argue about the eerie whistling sound to this day. Some say it was just radio interference. So what do you think? Is it just radio interference? Or did the astronauts really hear something that shouldn't exist? And if you want to hear more stories about the most terrifying things ever discovered in space, then stay tuned for more content.